Hello, everyone. We are back again with another One Piece TCG Heroines Battle practice session. Once again, we're going to be practicing with promo Nami. This is the deck list I've got. I think this is pretty much the finalized version of what I want to run. Um, this honestly, it's pretty standard. The only thing that might be a little bit different in some of the ratios is the fact that I'm running one of a 3-cost Zeph. This sometimes helps out in the mirror, and sometimes it helps out against Vivi because she runs a lot of those chump blockers. And so sometimes when you're swinging Zeph or when you're swinging leader into one of their weaker characters, they want to use the blocker, and this can help get you a few cards closer to a win. So I like it. It's a 1K counter anyways, so if this was a Nojiko or a hanger, it probably would just end up getting used either as a 1K counter or as pitch fodder for something like you or Gavel or Kaya anyway. So I like it. A lot of people disagree with me on that, but it's won me at least one game, and therefore it's staying in the deck. All right, and with that, let's get right to it. So, as usual, we are going to go into the Eastern Sim. We're gonna host a lobby that says Heroines. Let's spell it right, just to establish our cred as a serious individual. Heroines Battle Practice. And then we will see who wants to play against us. I did my own in-person Heroines Battle last night, and I went 3-2. My two losses were against Bello Betty, which is just a really, really, really tough matchup. So I'm not too pressed about losing that. And then my other loss was against Blue Yellow Nami, piloted by probably the best person in the store. He tends to win a lot of local stuff, and I think he even does really well at regionals too. I don't know exactly. I've been playing long enough to know the full history there, but this is not a heroine. That's not a heroine. Let's cancel that match. At least he apologized. Yeah, well, we need practice against heroines. So tough luck, pal. I've got a video to record. Okay, pudding. This is one that I have a couple games of experience with this, but not a ton. I think I want to take second. I think that's their normal curve. I don't know actually, but I know they play out the big 8-cost Katakuris, which means that all of their characters that they typically fill up the board with, including like their like 5K puddings, it's still like a 7-cost character, which means a lot of our removal kind of is bricked against them. So those are going to be easy pitches for us. That's one thing that I think is important in this matchup. And then the other thing is, I don't know, just trying to hold off as much as possible. Ooh, the Zeus is rough, but we've got a chance to rubber band there, pitch the hanger. Then we have 4. We can do Pilaf, or we can do you. Pitch Goner, see what we get. Then we could establish a Boodle. So let's see. Like, if they have another Zeus and they want to blow it on a Boodle, I'm kind of okay with that. They've only really got the one swing anyway, and it's not like we have a huge amount of counter in hand. We only have 2K, and that's if we had left Don up. So yeah, we never would have blocked this anyway. Yep. Then, yeah, they're grabbing 10 Mom. Okay. So they've grabbed a bunch of 8 costs, it looks like. Okay, yeah. And the smoothie. So, yeah. Okay, so they're going into their 9 cost turn. So they're going to play the 8 cost category most likely, which means that if we do Zeph, like, it's not really that great, especially because we can't, like, bounce anything meaningfully. Even though we have the 3 cost Zeph, I think it's just best to draw here and then probably just do another draw. As far as I know, there is no purple or yellow 4 cost pudding, so I think we're safe there to go up in a big hand. And if we need to find a specific piece, we've got 2 Sariyama Goners that we can pitch for Apis to try and get some searching off. But the fact that we haven't really been able to establish like the Nami and seek out a bunch of events, little frustrating. I think this is something we can actually pretty easily just 2k out of. And then, yep, there's the Katakuri. And now, I think, since we just really don't have anything else to do, the correct thing probably is just to establish Zeph. Like, bottom decking a 3k power or a 2k power is really feels bad. So, we just have to choose no targets, trash both Kayas that we were going to draw on our next couple turns. That really kind of sucks. And then we just leave a bunch of stuff up for counter. Even though we only have, 2 counters in hand, it's good to fake stuff occasionally. Yeah, we'll counter out of that one. Yeah, trash the Nojiko. Then this one, we don't have full counter for, so I think we're just going to take that. 3,000 Worlds. We could now bottom deck a smoothie. Again, like, we can save this for pitch fodder, though, and bottom decking a 3,000 power thing just isn't good enough, it feels. So, yep, and there's 10 Mom. Okay, there's Kaya, so we can hopefully find something to do. Pitch the Goners. Now, we can roll in with Zeph. They've got a lot of cards in hand, but if we play 3 cost Zeph, they'll probably want to block it or use an event. I don't really know if that's the smart choice. I think it's probably better to just bounce the Kaya back to hand, trash more cards, play another Kaya. We can ditch the 3k worlds because those aren't useful right now. And then we just leave more stuff up for counter. We could take one swing. It's just an auto block though, so I don't know. Yeah. But maybe they'll attack into it and that saves us a swing against leader. So yeah, here we rubber band. Oh, hello there, Hazel. This is my lovely cat, Hazel. She's very sweet, except when she tries to kill my mouse, which happens a lot when I'm trying to play this game, actually. Yeah, and then this, we don't really have a way to gavel out of that super well, so we just take it. There's another 10 Mom. Yeah, and I think with the amount of stuff that they've just been able to do to us, it's really looking quite bad here. So we've got 16 cards left in deck. There's not a great way to get there, but we can try. It's probably going to be Apis angle so that we can lose some cards in hand. We'll ditch that. Ditch that because those don't draw. We will grab Sanji's Pilaf. Then we probably have to U away that. Trash 2. Ditch that. Draw 2. Kaya. Ditch the Goner and 3k Worlds. And then this is about as close as we're getting. If they didn't have the blocker up, we could send in a 9k Zeph swing and hope that they didn't have counter. But because they've got the blocker, there is no hope for us, I think. Because if we had gotten that Zeph swing off, we'd be able to go down to 2, and then we could use our final Don to use Gum Gum Giant Gavel, but unfortunately just not in the cards for us this game. So we do that, and then we end our turn, and when we gavel, we'll have gone down to 5, which I think in a matchup that is probably pretty unfavored for us, I'd say is decent. Like, we definitely could have done worse. We definitely could have done better. Those early turns, we just had absolutely no velocity, so yeah, a little unfortunate there. But we go on to the next one. All right, Carrot is also a fairly tough match. You can bottom deck the Carrots with 3,000 Worlds, the 5-cost ones, and that's usually pretty good. But the fact that they can just rest your 1-cost Namis and your Boodles willy-nilly means that it's really hard to make things happen with those. We're just going to start off. We're going to Kaya. We've got to ditch that. We definitely want to keep 3,000 Worlds. It's just too important to stave off some of that aggression and freezing. Yep. They've got their Milky. So now we could do Nami Boodle and see if we can make that fly. I'm tempted to. This is testing. This is just practice. I want to see which one they try and go for, because if they rest the Boodle, then they'll have to devote, like, Don to this swing into Nami, or they just use Leader. But again, that means we're staying safe. Otherwise, they... Well, no. Yeah, if they rest Boodle... Yeah, they're swinging 0 into 0. Okay, that's interesting. That is not what I would have expected them to rest. I'm guessing they're afraid of me bouncing it back with Zeph, but I think it's definitely the smarter call to rest the Nami so that you can swing stuff into it and, you know, use your Don. Because this, I'm really low in hand. I kind of just want to take that. Gavel. Yeah, returning either of those doesn't really matter, so no trigger. There's Pedro. That's fine, because we can... Oh, that's right, they restand that. I forgot. Oh, Zhao. Yeah, they found it, so it's fine. We're probably not attacking into that blocker anyways, so we're just going to go ahead. We can grab another 3,000 Worlds. Then we'll arrange it like that. I don't want to use 3,000 Worlds right now. I mean, we could use it on the Pedro, but I think it's better to just get some more velocity, and then we could Hanger. We'll ditch the other Hanger, and now they've got more targets to swing at, which means fewer things potentially to swing at my face. Yep, they rest the Boodle. There's the Carrot. Yeah, they go 0 into 0. That's fine. They go 2 into 1. That's fine. Then 5 into 5. Yeah, that's also fine. Peel off trigger. That's nice. And then this one we'll 2k out of. I don't want to go that low. Especially because we can take that cool swing against Milky. Interesting. I thought they would have blocked in like 1k or something. Now they don't get that free Don. That's nice. And then we can go ahead and bottom deck that. And then probably, let's see, we have 7 in hand, so we can't do a U play. So it's probably best to just peel off. Yep, there's another carrot. We've got another 3K worlds for it. There's Tashigi. 3K worlds is no longer a particularly valid response. Let's see. This. So they're probably going to go 5K and then 6K with lead. So if we want to counter with you, it has to be now. We're very high in hand. It's going to be harder to use you, so I think it's probably correct to just counter out of it. Yep, and there's the 6K swing that we have to take. Okay, so we could, theoretically Zeph Tashigi back to hand, and then 3,000 worlds the carrot. I don't think that's great, although they are going really low in hand. So it's possible that if they don't have more stuns for Zeph, that we could just get off a Zeph play, because then the next turn after we can 3,000 worlds Pedro, assuming they don't replay Tashigi. Otherwise, we're just going to do Kaya and then bounce Kaya back, which is smarter, but we're getting kind of close. So I feel like I want to play it a little bit riskier. See if I can draw the game out just that little bit further. Pitch a Gavel and a Nami. Then we'll 3,000 worlds that. Then end the turn. Now, in our future turns, we really have to start leaving Dawn up so that we can use these counter events. Now, what's he thinking about? Okay, he's got another carrot. Yeah, oh, yeah, he can just KO Zeph. That's annoying. And then 5, we're going to counter out of that. Five, we will take that one. And then are they gonna... Okay, yeah, there's another carrot. Okay, so they just really had the full playset almost. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Okay, no, you're not allowed to attack carrot. I know you like hunting your rabbits, but she's pawing at the carrot leader on my monitor. Which, hey, I respect it. But yeah, we'll ditch that. We'll probably ditch a rubber band. We'll do a peel off. Play another Kaya. Ditch. Bouncing Nojiko back is honestly not... Or using Nojiko is not horrible. It stops one swing at least. Yeah, so we're going to ditch that. I don't think we're doing 3,000 worlds. It's just too much Dawn at this point. So if we do Boodle, they just rest it and then swing anyway. If we do Nojiko, we at least get the 5K off the board, and then we've got Dawn for the counter events. So I think I like that best. So yeah, let's throw that away and then just end our turn. We still have 17 left in deck, which isn't great. We definitely want to be a lot closer by turn 6. I guess that was our turn 5. I forget who went first. But yep, they rested Akaya. They're attacking Akaya, sure. That means they're not going to attach Don to swing that at lead, which I would probably looking to go for game here if I were them. However, they might just be doing that with 8-cost Carrot. But if they're doing it with 8-cost Carrot, that means they don't have a lot of Don to attach, and it's going to be really easy to predict their swings, especially once they start swinging. Now, they've got 6 of them, which is a lot, but okay, no, there's another 5-cost Carrot. And just replaying it. So yeah, we're going to gavel out of this one, pitch the Boodle, because that's useless in this matchup. Because they're just going to keep freezing and resting. Another 7. Let's see, okay. If we take this one, then we'll just counter out of the next one, probably. Because we're not playing another turn after our next one. That's going to be all the chance we've got. And yeah, there's the 8K. And now we have something better to pitch for Gavel. And in fact, I could also Rubber Band here just to get that little bit deeper down since I have the Don up. And yeah, pitch another Gavel. And now time to see if we get there. Okay, so if we bounce Kaya back first, then we play Kaya, that's 4, and our hand is like this. Then we U, and that's 6. We've got 5 left, and only 3 Don. Or no, and that'll be only 2 Don left, so that's not the play. I think we have to U away the Zeph. And hope we get... Okay. Now we can U away... Sorry, I'm dead. Now... Let's see. This... Unfortunately, we can't bounce our own Kaya with this. So I think we have to use Apis to pitch these 2 and search for something else. So let's go do that. And we're going to grab a U. Put Kaya on top there. Then this doesn't matter. Because now we can play U. We can choose 0 to trash. Draw 2 cards. And it's Boodle Rubber Band. So, unfortunately, yeah, not going to get us there. But boy, was that close. We can still have a little bit of fun with it, though. We can go 0-0. And yeah, there is no real path to victory because I can only mill 1 by attacking with lead, and that's if, big if, the attack goes through. And so, yeah, I think, yeah, we're a little cooked, chat. But, you know, I think we did play this the best we could. That Zeph, the Zeph play to bounce the Tashigi and then 3000 Worlds Carrot, I don't know if that was right. Things might have looked different if we had bounced Kaya back and just tried to draw more instead. There would have been more aggression on board. But we also might have had the Don up to use counter events, so that was probably the wrong call that I made. But, yeah. Yeah, this person was getting a little testy with me, I think. So yeah, we trash that, and there. GG. Let's go again. Okay. Nico Robin. Robin, I think, likes to go first to be really aggressive with it. So we're going to take that from her. Yeah, we'll keep this so that we can have Nami out. Because I've played against some Robins before, including one last night, and I've found that they often will ignore board with leader because they're really obsessed with just getting that banish off. We can save this for 5-cost Nami. Most of them play it. But if they skip straight to playing things like 6-cost Robin, then this very quickly becomes a brick. Not too much of an issue because we've got the gavel to pitch it. And that is interesting. I don't think I've seen that tech before. We're going to go ahead, yeah, ditch that. We'll probably end up ditching that too, and we're just going to attack. We'll see if we can get, yeah, we'll grab Goner, and then, yeah, gavel, trash. These two's probably fine. So now we can trash that, draw 2, end turn. We've got another Nami that we can play out next turn, which is nice. If they swing 6, I definitely will 2k. If they swing 8, I don't want to 2k. Or I don't want a 4k. Okay, yeah, if they're swinging 9, then I think we just definitely take it. Because like I said, they're ignoring our board. I'm absolutely 100% fine with them doing that, especially if they're going to lose this much tempo. So, yep. Yeah, they get a gavel. Oh, looks like my wife just came home. Now we will go ahead and tack in. The only thing we can grab is 3,000 worlds. Yeah, set it up like that. Then we'll deploy Nami. And then, so we could do Apis, and we could pitch both of these and try and search for something. Or we can just leave a lot of Don-Up, which I don't love. I think I'd much rather just do a search, pitch those, and grab you. Because then we can do that. We'll pitch one of our 3k worlds and draw 2 cards. And then if we think they're going to throw Big Banish again, it might just be right to play another Nami. Otherwise, yeah, I think we just want to try and get the field as, far or as wide as possible. And then hope that we can make something happen here. This person is doing a whole lot of thinking. And I think they want to attach 7 and go face. Honestly, I'm pretty happy if they decide that they want to kill the Nami with leader, because if they do that, we still have 2 more. We don't really need 3. Oh, okay, they're attaching Don to do that. Yeah, yeah, if they can have that. Which I think that means they are going to try. Oh. Trash is 1 from hand. Do we want a 3,000 worlds that? It's not super dangerous. I think we just... Yeah, do it like that. Yep, they ramp further. It's a boodle. Whatever. Then if we KO this, I don't care if they heal. Yeah, let's get Peel Off. We just want to refill our hand. Yeah, draw it like that. Then Peel Off. And Peel Off. And... yes. Yeah, so we're down to 23. Which is not bad. We don't have a ton of draw power in hand. We just have Hanger, really. So I'm hoping we find something either in life or in this. Yeah, so this... we could... let's see. If we go 2, 3, 4, that doesn't get us there. So, yeah, that Nami's gone. I've never seen, like, a lot of the cards that this deck is playing in this deck. This is a very weird list. It is not the one that most people play. Okay, and then they're going to do a big banish swing, and for that, we will definitely... do that. We'll pitch probably a Rubberman, trash Hanger Kaya, not great, and then Nojiko. Then there's Kuma, so that they can heal more and go even further down in hand. Boy, do I really want to see a Zeph soon. Okay, yeah, Boodle, that's actually really, really nice for us. We can go that. We'll trash the Hanger. Draw 2. Do Boodle. We'll take a swing at Kuzan. If they counter out, that's going to make, like, possibly a future attack much more likely to, yeah, work. And then I think we'll just leave both up for counter events. All right. Oh, hello. You're back. Do you want to purr for the microphone? I don't know how... oh, I don't want you to, like, rub on the microphone too much. I don't know how audible that is. Yeah, that's going to be an easy rubber band. Mill a gavel. And then 8 to lead is an e... yeah, that's going to be an easy gavel. Okay. Or we just gavel this and then block the other one. I kind of like that better. We are going really low in hand, but their board is not very wide. Yeah, we can just do that. Yeah, mill a rubber band. And then they heal. Okay. Ooh, double Kayas is not great. What we can do is, since we know they've got low counter in hand, is we can actually take some swings. Because I don't care about this Anke. They can heal up to 4 million if I want, you know? And it's not going to affect me. So let's see what they do if we swing... let's see. 7. We'll swing 9. Then they heal up. And then I think, yeah, we just want to call it here because they'll have 3 swings. They're not going to get us down. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that. So they might be fully bricked. No, they're not fully bricked. But that's another character that they're not playing, which, you know, most people don't want to play Baby 5 out to the board, but against promo Nami, it's not a bad idea. And they haven't seen, like, any of their top end, which I'm pretty happy about. Yep, they're going to get a banish off on us. Oh, that would have been a peel-off trigger. That sucks. But yeah, we'll take that one. And we'll take that one. And then Katakuri blocker. Interesting. Okay, but now we have the velocity we need. So we can go Kaya, pitch those. Kaya, pitch those. Then we can Zeph, Kaya, pitch those, Kaya, and then finally you for game. GG. So yeah, they definitely, you know, did not hit the cards that they wanted to hit. They probably wanted to see a lot more top end, and they didn't end up seeing it. But we also had that stall out sort of towards the late game as well. I think I should have taken some of those earlier life hits that were coming from non-banished sources and just, you know, had a larger hand. But yeah, we still won. I'll probably do 1 or 2 more games, depending on how long they go, and then I'll have to log off. Especially because it's getting dark out. Okay. I've played against this person before. Yeah, and we're going to take the going first curve. Ooh, this is... Yeah. This also isn't great. I mean, we can bounce things back, but normally Yamato's on plays are decent, so we don't want to be doing that a bunch. Like, obviously, we don't want to give him extra banish. But so, we'll, yeah, do hanger, and we'll probably pitch the Nojiko. Zeph is too important to get more Kayas back, or, you know, possibly hit life, because they tend to go pretty low in hand. So yeah, we'll just have to see what they do. Okay, they don't play any searchers. That's really good for us. That gives us free reign to Kaya. Pitch Goner. Okay, now we'll probably pitch Zeph just because. And then we can play a Boodle so that they can't get off a banish double attack easily on us. Yep, there's Kinemon. Yeah, there. We will block that one. Mill another Nojiko. Then we can peel off. Then you. And now we don't have a lot of defenses, which is a little scary. But I think that's what we had to do this turn. Yep, there's Banish. There's, yeah, 10k Banish. And it is Rubber Band. That kind of sucks. That would have been a nice trigger. This one we will counter out of. And then they've got a blocker. We can go ahead and... Yep. Oh, interesting. I would have thought they just blocked that because they might want to play this next turn, but I guess not. And, yep, we've got another Boodle. That's really good. Then we can Kaya, pitch the Goners, and then we've got one down up for a counter event. Okay, 7 swing. We could gavel this one and then probably, yeah, just block that one is fine. Yeah, because we just want to block that. Mill is F. Yep, then they've got more blocking. Again, let's just... Nah, let's not swing yet. So we'll peel off, see what we get. Okay, bottom decking this Yamato is probably a really good idea for us. Then again, we're opening ourselves up to another double attack, but we're also getting fairly low in deck. Yeah, and there's the blocker. Then we'll just fake a counter event. There's another banish. This one we will take. Let's see. Yeah, they're going all in on that one. So even with, yeah, like counter events, that would have been really tough. Okay, but we've got 17. They don't have much of a board. So there is still a chance. Let's go ahead and pitch that. Yeah, we also could have actually just swung that in first. Yeah, get a rubber band. Kaya, grab those. Then peel off. We've got 6, so we can Nami. Some more, and then I think we keep the rest of this up for counter. Because, yeah, let's see, we can get 5 down with this, which is not, yeah, not enough for game, but we have a decent amount in hand. And, yeah, so, yep, they can have that one. Okay. So here we're going to rubber band and then Zeph. Or wait, so if we rubber band Zeph, then this one becomes a 9K. And we would need to, like, gavel something else. And then this is an 8K. And we gavel Apis. So I think, yeah, assuming I'm doing math right, I think we've got this. I did math wrong. I'm realizing now that I did math wrong. We do not have the cards in hand to get this. Yeah, because we're going to need to double gavel. And then we have no cards in hand. Unfortunate. I totally misplayed that. Because if we had gavelled that first one, we would still have Zeph and Rubber Band in hand. And then, yeah, I don't know what the right move actually would have been. But right now, yeah, we'll just, again, get as far as we can. We got down to 5. GG. I think for a matchup as tough as this, you know, getting down to 5 is not terrible. Definitely could have done better, but so it goes. I really want to get at least one blue-yellow Nami in, but they're just not showing up. Lim wants first, so we're going to take that. This is a good enough hand. Just go ahead and do that. Oh, they've got Kiku. Interesting. Is that just to, like, have a rested character that they can keep resting? That's interesting. Do that. Pitch a rubber band. Draw some cards. Yeah, play another one. Then we'll get Pilaf. We'll have Kaya draw Zeph. Then here we can 2K out of that. Then, yeah, we will take that one. And we do not want to bounce a character. Yeah. 3 or more. Yeah, that's a little scary. So that's probably just a 3,000 Worlds victim. And then we draw some more cards. Get another Pilaf. We'll have Hanger, draw Apis. Then, yep, get a rubber band. Have you draw Apis and Hanger. And then here we can Rubber Band of Doom. And then, yeah, we'll just Nojiko out of that one. They do not have 3 or more rested characters. Oh, now they do, yeah. But that's fine. We've gotten a lot of what we need out of these. Yeah, Kaya, you... Those... Like, our deck is going to be running, like, really thin on events now just because we have so many of them in hand that it doesn't really matter if the Namis die soon, but we will just go ahead and give more targets. Let's see, and then we'll probably Pilaf and then Kaya. Ooh, yeah, Mill Goner, Mill Nojiko. And then let's see what they want to... Yeah. Now they're going to start attacking the Namis right after they start becoming less useful, which I'm totally fine with. And then this... Rubber Band. And Mihawk. Oh no, I won't be able to rest my Kayas. That's fine. Okay, so now... we can Pilaf. We can Pilaf. And so they've got 4 swings on us. I think we want a Kaya and then, yeah, ditch 3,000. And we'll ditch both of those 3,000 worlds. Probably not just going to have a chance to play them. Because we want to use these counter events instead. Yep. 7, and then we'll gavel out. 7, we will gavel out. Then, yep, take that one. It's a Kaya, that's wonderful. Then we'll take this one as well. And, yeah, we're going to bounce that Kaya back. Because now we have tons of resources to draw. Yeah, pitch hanger, pitch that, pitch boodle, pitch apis. Because, okay, 7. So this 5, 3, 1. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Okay, 5, 3, 1. Yeah, peel off. So, okay, so we can first get rid of Zeph. It's too much Dawn right now. Oh, or we can actually just win. Then bounce those and peel off for the win. Okay, there we go. GG's. Okay, and now I will actually hunt for a Nami to play against. I win. See, it's that easy to beat Nami, folks. Okay. Yeah, we might just have to refresh for a little bit until we find one. We could also, yeah, do this one. We'll steal second from them. This is a fine going second hand. We've got Oodles of Boodles. We've got a Nami. We've got a Kaya. Yep, they're going to do their search. Yep, 5-cost Nami. Big surprise. We are going to pitch the Apis. Trash those. Just use Dawn efficiently. Because, yeah, we're going to take that first one. Do another search. Okay. Gecko. That means, you know, if we don't attack them, then they can't really do much about it. But, yeah, we can. Nami, Boodle, then Kaya, ditch the Goners. Like, you know, this is scary if they have Thriller Bark and Trash. And if we don't attack, they don't have Thriller Bark and Trash. Yeah, we'll give them the Zeph here. And we will bounce that. I didn't realize it was 6. Oops, I gave him Zeph for no reason. So we will go get 3,000 worlds for when they replay Nami. Yeah, okay, so now they're trying to put that in trash. Then we'll peel off and establish another Boodle is probably the right call. So Gecko's an 8 cost, so that's probably going to be their next turn is Gecko with a Perona. But for now, they're just going to Girl. Oh, okay. They're actually ditching their Nami now that they can't get the on-play. Yep, that we will block. Yep, there's another Nami. Ooh, we could just Noji Code away because the on-play doesn't do anything anymore. That's going to be the smarter call, I think. Boop. Then we do have to be a little mindful of putting. So, yeah, we'll get Gavel. Then I definitely want to play another Boodle just to get the card out of my hand. then it still is probably correct to peel off here. Grab another one. And yeah, set it up like that. And now I could play an Apis as well, but I'd have to play over Kaya, which means I don't get to bounce her back with Zeph later. And I would probably ditch Zeph and a 3,000 rolls, and that would put us down 3 and up 1 to 6. We'd still be in pudding range, but it wouldn't be as bad. I think that's actually correct. Yeah, we just need to do that, and then we'll grab another Nami, because I intend to play at least one more turn, so yeah, or we just use Nami as counter. And now it'll be easy to kill that. Yep, Boodle blocks that. Milieu. Then Apis. Okay. Nami. Grab Rubber Band. Okay. Yeah, just throw all of your cards away. Then, yeah, see, this is what I want. I would have loved to Zeph the Kaya back to hand at this point, but we can't do that. We could Zeph the Apis back to hand. That's something. Now we have Zeph on board as a threat. Then, again, I kind of just want to go down in hand size. Let's extend the game a little bit by doing that. Yeah, we're down to 18. So I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. We still have 2 life. Okay, yeah, and that, we can block that. We no longer really need 2 Namis. Our deck is probably pretty thin in events at the moment. I could look at the trash. I always forget what the trash sort key is. T? Yeah, T for trash. Because, yeah, we're down 2 peel-offs, 2... Yeah, we've got all the peel-offs seen. 3,000 worlds. Yeah, 3 goners. Not that many rubber bands and gavels, but we can go lower right now. Milikaya. Yeah, not great. Yep, and then they play more. They've got 6 cards in hand. We've got 14 in deck. We still have 2 life. I'm feeling good about our chances. Let's see if we can get some more. Yeah, there's another gavel. Then do it like that. Oh, and they just concede. Okay. I think it's because they ditched their pudding, which they were planning to use on us. But I'm pretty sure we had that in the bag anyway. We had a lot of draws still left in our hand. We had counter. We had plenty of Don. We had Zeph. They didn't have too many swings. So I'm going to call that a win, even though I think they conceded just off of that misplay. And that's going to be it for practice session number 2. If you enjoyed this, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe if you want. We'll be doing more Heroines Battle practice. Maybe after all of the events are over, I'll continue doing other One Piece content for the channel if people are interested. If that's something that would interest you, let me know what you want to see, whether that's ranked gameplay, weird deck lists, or whatever. And other than that, hope you all have a good rest of your days. See ya!